Chainlink update on the daily chart to start us off with, then we'll zoom out to the weekly, get the bigger picture, let you know what to expect down the line. Are we bound between $5 and $8 for all of eternity? Quite possibly. But let's get to our daily charts and look at where we are. We're in a little bit of a downtrend here. Right here is our uptrend back in, from June all the way to really the end of July is where we started getting our breakdown. Right, let's put this on closing prices so you can see this. These will keep you a little bit of a step ahead of the crowd, and that's all you need to do to become a successful trader. Just be one step ahead of the masses. And so here's our uptrend, right? Higher lows, right? And we got our warning sign right here, right? So I think we made this in our last video that this was at risk of breaking. Right? We made a new lower low for the first time in this whole uptrend. And our kill shot, our checkmate move, was here when we failed to make a higher high. So you can sometimes get these fake outs with the lower low and then come back up and then make a new higher high, and then you avoid a disaster. But here, not just, not saying this is disaster, but short-term reversion, right? This uptrend is now over and we've started a new downtrend. We're making lower highs and lower lows. So we're watching for that to end. So going back again, right, just to give you a bit of a brush up on training here, right, you want to look for channels, right, peaks and troughs. And you don't have to connect this, right, where there's a reason I'm not going to, and I'll show you here in a second. You're looking for channels like this. Your peaks are the tops. Your troughs are the bottoms, right? That's the definitive name for those, right? Peaks and troughs, not highs and lows, right? So you're connecting this channel with multiple touch points, right? It's not important to be exact, but we have our closing prices on if you're wondering why that looks different, right? So closing prices is the line chart, and to be aware of potential tops for trends, you're looking for something like this. Not always, but oftentimes, right? In our CMT training, this is what they teach, looking for accelerated trends, right? So when you're in a channel like this and then all of a sudden you make this spike, right, that's called an accelerated trend, right? So the trend is rapidly increasing, right? And you want to watch for that when it's in resistance. So $8 for Chainlink has been hit multiple times and usually gives it back pretty quickly here. So our trend, right, stayed well within this channel definitively for multiple touch points on both sides. Rapid increase outside the Bollinger Bands and short-lived, and that's where really the start of it was, right? That's the start of our new downtrend. So that is, you don't want to necessarily sell that, but you want to always be more cautious when you start to see something like this, an anomaly, so to speak, right? And then you wait for a confirmation. If you get your kind of something else, right? This was the first time we've seen something like this, right? And then all of a sudden, just a handful of days later, you see a new lower low that's taken out, right? So right in here, right, the first day or two of August, you got this, and then here's our new sign, right? So this is important to watch, some maybe like on the weekly chart, or let's say towards the end of a bull run, right? Say, this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100, $10,000 Chainlink, whatever you want to call it. And then you see something like this, right? That's the time to, start being a little bit more cautious and not, get on the FOMO train like most will. So just a side note on a little bit of a lesson there. So let's get back to the daily chart where we're at. Now, by definition, we're a little bit more bearish because we've started a new downtrend and we're below all moving averages on the daily chart, right? So let's put our candles back on. Now we could be working on like a mini version of something like this, right? Back in June, where we just come back, trend sideways, and then start to recover, right? See this kind of bull shape, right? That would be okay, right? Maybe we're doing that. Something, I mean, it looks awfully rhymey. Word of the day, rhymey. History doesn't repeat, but it does often rhyme. So we're looking for this, right? Step one, make a new high, right? We've done that. So we're kind of potentially in this kind of candle right here, but we have a lot of overhead resistance, moving average after moving average after moving average. Here's your 200 in the pink right here. So that's a big one. Also, the 100 is right there. What's that price? It's around, 680, 685, something like that. If we can clear that, I think we can make some headway to the upside. And then you're looking for, ladders up the stairs, right? To take out this new high, 766, right? You take that out, right? You come up to the next one, 795, take that one out, you're 835, right? Watch these stairs, right? That's what you want to do. But until otherwise, our first resistance line is right here, 638, the EMA 8, right? The first moving average. So here, back in here, it didn't really do much of anything. We really hesitated right at the medium Bollinger Band line right here, this thin purple line, and the 21-day EMA, that yellow line right there, and the medium Bollinger Band right there between. So you could paint like a zone here on the daily until we get back above here, right? Back above 7, really, if you want to be safe, right? Where you got to be leaning a little bit more bearish here, right? Just by definition. So who knows when this uptrend ends, or this downtrend ends and a new uptrend starts, right? You got to watch for that. Same thing back here. You want to watch for, right, again, building back up, higher highs, higher lows, get back in uptrend channel. We're in a downtrend right now. So that's that on the daily. Let's zoom out to the weekly, see if there's any other good or bad news. Well, the bad news, the good news is, Chainlink's pegged at a stable coin price of, $5 to $8, right? Not fluctuating a whole lot. Probably the tightest range out of any coin, going back to May of 2022. We're just stuck here. Here's our deviation from the price lows, right? Instant recovery. And now we're back in this zone. So no surprise there. The surprise was down here, and no surprise that we didn't get back above 850, right? We've just been struggling with that for better part of a year here, right? So we haven't really closed any weekly candle above $8 since August. It's been over a year, right? Since we've closed above $8, right? So put that in perspective, right? So keep that in mind. If that starts to happen, right? Back to the word of the day, the rhyming, right? A new trend might be starting, right? We're looking for this, right? This is what we're all waiting on, a new uptrend. And until that happens, $8, right? Just be patient under $8. That's the first step. Does that mean we're going to the moon after that? Of course not, right? That's just we're still in the damn zone, right? So patience. But $8, if we close a weekly candle above 8, realize that hasn't happened in over a year, right? So that's where we are. We're still way down here, right? So let's we can't be beggars, can't be choosers, right? So we're looking, that $8 is our first step. Our next step is going to be the 100 and the 200. The 100's in the blue, probably going to converge here in the next handful of weeks to months. Probably looking at early Q4, right, when these come together. And then, we'll have our big zone above our big zone, right? So our next zone will be, clearing those. Double-digit Chainlink is really where things can turn overly bullish. So wait for 10. And, I've got nothing to rhyme with that. I was going to throw in something real clever, and, words are hard. So that's where we're at. Chainlink, weekly charts. We're still in our range-bound hell. Sometimes a good thing, sometimes a bad thing, right? A lot of coins are not in their range bound. A lot of coins are at, flirting with, lows not seen in ever. So just, it's not all bad, right? We're trending nowhere. We're trending sideways, right? I wasn't going to say trending in the right direction, but are we? No. We're trending sideways, right? Just by definition for a good part of a year and a half now. So, what are the odds? Sideways, obviously, right? That's the whole thing with Chainlink. Get above 8, then we can start to make our room towards double digits. Then we can make some happier time videos. Until then, handcuffs, right? Sergey. Quote of the day: people are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. Very true. Car of the day: one of my favorite Mercedes of all time, the CLS 63. I like this model. I was a big fan of this particular one. I think this was like 2011 to 14. I'm going to go with that. I think that's correct. 11 or 12 to 14. This model, particular one, right? This was like my favorite car for a long time. Like yeah. So there's the side view, CLS 63. This guy's obviously got some upgraded wheels on there and probably lower in suspension, but there's the front. And I mean, just that rear view is pretty good. The quad exhaust, these things sound badass as hell on startup from the factory. You can put like some Rentec tuning in it, and it's just about, you can get you It's a rocket, right? You can make 1,000 horsepower in this with not a whole lot of effort. So pretty much the coolest four-door since the next coolest four-door. All right, I'll round it up there. Any questions, comments, let me know. We'll try to keep Chainlink updated. You know, I would love to get outside the zone so we can make an actual update rather than we're at the bottom of a zone, we're at the top of a zone, we're in the middle of a zone, right? So $8, good times, right? Well, we'll make more videos. $5, we'll make more videos because we got to trend one way or another. So if we're, down here again, we'll put on more videos. If we're up here again, we'll put on more link videos. But, if we're $6, $7, I mean, we're handcuffed, right? Blame Sergey. I'll see you on the next one.